welcome back to the show. We're already having fun with Roula, our next guest. She has been on the show first time on TV, right? Was your last time?
Last time.
Is that right?
Yep.
That was so much fun, and you decided it was so much fun you wanted to come back again.
You're so much fun. What can I say?
You're fun. Get out of here, you.
It's fun.
What are we doing today? What have you got planned for us today?
Today we're going to do a couple of little healthy, delicious, that's what SimplyRoula is all about.
Yeah.
Healthy, simple, and delicious food. And I'm going to do a beautiful Christmas cookie, which is delicious and festive. I'm going to give you first a drink idea. So
all right.
When your guests come over, you're going to want to serve them something to drink. I brought this for you.
Oh, little vino.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Very nice.
And you got the onesie on, so you're totally ready for it.
I'm ready, and you know what this onesie represents, right? It's lumberjack chic. This is a thing. You don't believe me. I'm telling you, it's a thing. I was just told, we had somebody on the show earlier on the week who said it is a real thing. This lumberjack chic is taken off.
Thank you.
Go.
Yes. So this is just a raspberry puree. I personally love to have a spritzer. I know if we're trying to watch what we eat, sometimes what we drink is just a lot of empty calories. So what I love to do is just puree some frozen or fresh raspberries. You can use mangoes. You can use whatever frozen fruit that you like that's healthy. This is a very festive drink.
It's delicious.
It's really, really good, and you can sip on it all night.
Exactly.
I usually have my first glass with wine, and then I will continue to top it up with just a sparkling water.
That's a great idea.
And it's so good. And, you know, you go to a lot of Christmas parties. You start off with a glass of wine, and instead of having 2 or 3 glasses of wine, continue to top it up with some Pellegrino.
Very smart.
So, did you have something?
Well, you freeze the berries?
Well, I buy frozen raspberries. Just, you know, that frozen raspberries, you throw them in smoothies, in baking even. But I love to do it like this, and
and this is great, and if you're entertaining, have a few different types of berries,
well,
or
I
as
love
you said, mango.
Yeah, I love to put out sometimes just a plate beside my drinks, and I'll have frozen raspberries, some frozen lemons, and frozen oranges even, and you can just make whatever cocktail. Like, I'm a citrus person.
Aren't you clever?
It's so much fun. Yeah, you can just put an assortment of different frozen and add them to your sparkling water. It's so pretty and it's so good and 0 calories.
Very pretty.
Very, very little calories.
Do you ever indulge?
I do.
I know you're all about nutritious and delicious, but it's the holidays. Man.
It is the holidays, and I do indulge.
Okay.
I just think it's important to pick when you indulge.
Right.
Like, if it's not something that I love, I won't eat it. If it's not an amazing piece of cake, I'm just going to wait for the amazing
pressure,
cake
Danielle,
to come.
if Christmas is at your place. She does the desserts, so no pressure on the desserts at all. It better be good. We got her on camera again.
It is important to indulge, and I think that is a big part of, you know, just enjoying life. But I do think that everything in balance, like this, for some people is an indulging cookie. It's really delicious, but it's so good for you. I've just taken
What have you got in this?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a cranberry and pistachio biscotti. I've half baked this one. So what it is pretty much, when you make a traditional biscotti, you're adding some flour, sugar, and butter. And we all know we need to try and eliminate or reduce those out of our diet. So what I do is I've removed the things that we shouldn't have in there, and I've replaced it with things that are really nutritious, wholesome, and good for you.
Okay.
So this is almond flour. I don't know if you are familiar with almond flour. You can just buy it at Costco, and it comes in a big bag, and I use it for all sorts of things, not just for baking.
Is it an equal substitute?
For flour?
Regular
like
flour?
1 to 1?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll find that it's not it'll absorb moisture differently than the flour. So you might have to add a little bit more. For this particular recipe, it worked out to be the same as what I would have normally used for flour. And I soaked some cranberries in some little bit of hot water, and I soaked my pistachios.
Really?
When you soak your nuts, it actually makes them. We all know how good nuts are.
See how I kept a straight face there, Roula? Did you see that?
I was impressed.
Yeah, thank you. We're just
Soak
gonna move
the
on.
nuts, yeah.
Yes, of course.
They're tastier, they're healthier, they're chewier, they're just so, and they're so much
really
better
good.
for you. Yeah, they're really, really good. And when you put them in the cookie, they have that beautiful green color, you know, the green and the red for Christmas. Really, really good. So the biscotti, this biscotti recipe, some eggs, some vanilla, really, really healthy. Instead of sugar, I'm using organic honey.
Okay.
Some people might want to use agave. You can substitute with whatever natural sugar substitute you like.
Okay.
I am using a raw organic honey, which I love. And so you mix it all up in a bowl.
You half baked it.
Yeah, so this
Why?
is, because biscotti means a twice baked. So this is a twice baked cookie. Mix her all up in the bowl.
Yeah.
I didn't do it here because I didn't think we'd have enough time. You put it on a parchment-lined tray, bake it in the oven, and this is how it comes out.
Okay.
And then you're going to slice it, and you can just leave it like that. Just separate them.
And
So-
then you bake it.
And then you bake it a second time, and you get some biscotti, twice baked cookies, and super delicious. I think it's just an elegant and pretty cookie.
Yeah.
It keeps
absolutely.
so
Look at how
well.
you presented it too.
It's gorgeous.
That's
It's
special.
really, really good, and there's nothing bad in there. Everything in there is good for you. You can eat it and not feel bloated
Now,
or
be
you know, all
honest
that.
with us. What does your dinner look like at the holiday? Christmas dinner look like?
Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Well, you know I come from a big family,
Yes.
so Christmas is a lot of craziness that goes on there. So a lot of
That's the
eating.
best part.
It is a lot of fun, a lot of kids,
Yeah.
a lot of eating. We do love to have, celebrate Christmas. So we have certain family traditions and things that we do. We sit with the kids. We read the story of the Nativity from the Bible with them. We might
Really
have.
nice.
Yeah, we do because, it's not all about the gifts.
Yeah,
My
of
kids
course.
run downstairs and they see that Christmas tree and they're like, okay, let's just, they just
Yeah.
want to go at it. But we were just like, okay, guys, we are going to sit. We're going to read our Bible. We're going to pray. We're going to do our traditional, why are we celebrating Christmas?
Yeah.
And then we're going to have some gifts and we're going to have the rest of the festivities that go along
I
with
like your
Christmas.
style, Rula.
Absolutely.
I mean, you
Good
got to
stuff.
tell the kids what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
So
And everybody celebrates it differently.
we do,
Right?
yeah. Everyone
Which is
does.
great,
Everyone
no
does.
matter
But
what
I
you're
love to have
celebrating.
a bit of calmness
Yeah.
and peacefulness, especially Christmas morning. Because then when we head over to my parents' house,
That's when the chaos
oh
begins.
geez, put your hair up and just like go at it. You know what I mean? It's tough.
I
Yeah.
love it.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm gonna try this.
They're really, really, really
Oh
good.
my God.
The other thing that I brought, just as
Oh.
another idea, growing up, my mother always soaked nuts for us, and almonds in particular. I don't know if most people do that. We do that in our
I've
home.
never heard of anyone doing it.
No.
It's so good for you. The other day I was reading about how soaking all nuts, for that matter, people eat more almonds than most other nuts. It actually makes the nuts healthier for you.
Really?
Yeah. So soaking the nut will actually withdraw and denature certain enzymes that may clog up and sort of impede the digestive process.
Yeah.
That's just my science kind of
No, I like it.
nerdiness
Good.
coming through.
I like the
but it's
terminology.
but it's important. It's important to know why we do the things that we do.
Yeah.
Soaking nuts. I just put a bunch of nuts in a bowl of water. Put it in the fridge, and in the morning you have these beautiful soaked nuts. And a handful a day. It's just so good for
What
you.
a nice texture.
And it's so pretty.
Isn't it so much better than dried nuts?
Yeah.
Because I always say I'm like a half a squirrel. I have so many like nuts and bars and apples and stuff in my purse.
You're half a squirrel. Is that what
Yeah,
you just
I'm
said?
always packing
You're like
things.
half woman, half squirrel. Who knew?
Nuts in her
I say
cheeks.
that. I say that because I always have so many things in my purse. I'm like, do you want a nut? Okay, here I've got some nuts. I've got raisins. I've got 4 little kids, so I've always got food
You're
on
that
me.
mom,
She's that mom.
right?
The purse is like this
You're at the
big.
soccer game watching, and the
Biscotti?
kids come by.
Oh,
You want a
nuts.
biscotti? You want some nuts?
Pistachios, cranberries,
Right.
frozen
What do you
raspberries.
need? What do you need? I got it. So I usually have dried nuts in there, but just because they keep better, I don't like to refrigerate them. But when you soak your nuts, aren't they so much better
They
than
are.
regular nuts?
Much better.
Chewier and just healthier.
And how long do you have to consume them? Like, can you?
If I leave them in the fridge, you can leave them in for the week.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
good.
you soak it. It just takes the overnight process to soak, so you don't need to soak a whole bag of almonds.
Right.
I'll put a nice big handful in there and soak it, and it is so good. So good.
Amazing.
It's so good for you.
Next time you come on, we're gonna get your sister-in-law Danielle on
Sure.
the show. Okay,
Yeah,
to help
let's
us
do
out.
that.
Yeah,
Let's do
I
that.
think we should. No, she just said no, but don't worry.
We're having pizza next time.
Are we? We're gonna
Yes,
do
we
pizza?
are. Rula
Pizza?
style, yeah.
When are you back in the new year? We already
In the
have
new
you
year.
booked.
Yeah.
We have you
Good.
booked for
The first week back.
first week back.
Yeah,
First
yeah,
week
it's
of
gonna be fun.
January. Between January 5th, we're back. Ladies, thank you so much for being on the show
Thank
today.
you.
It's a real pleasure.
You're
You
so
have a
fun.
safe travels,
you.
okay? Going to Calgary. A little creepy. Not gonna lie. Little. And I love that you shared your story too.
I shared my
right?
story.
When your next Ottawa Experts is when?
Is January 12th.
January 12th. You want to tune in because Brandelyn will be hosting Ottawa Experts, talking to some incredibly fit women.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Thank you everybody for watching. We'll be back live January 5th. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas.